Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Make on a call here waiting to happen, because sometimes when we keep on saying that Biafra is a spirit and Biafra is a project that must be completed, whether the devil like it or not. Some people will see it like we talk too much. Some people will see it like we make noise. Some even call us liars. Some call us propagandists. But that is the truth. Now, they have been, Yoruba people now want to compare Biafra with Yoruba agitation, citing that Yoruba agitation is somehow peaceful, like that of IPOB. And I ask, where have you ever seen IPOB as a violent organization? These people want to be comparing them with our own movement, which is not possible, which is not, far, they have not any reason to compare Yoruba nation and Biafra nation. It can never done. Anyway, I would like you to listen to this video coming from my brother from another mother, Mr. Christian from New Post channel. I want you to listen to him. And the title of this message is Yoruba nation is unique, unlike violent Biafra movement. You that is watching me, either you are a Biafran, either you are Oduduwa, or you are Arewa, you are in the local or you are in diaspora. Can you beat your chest and say that Biafra movement is violent? The answer is no. Anybody who came out and say Biafra movement is violent is nothing but a hater of the truth and also a hater of justice. They are the one that is promoting injustice that being meted out on the people of the southeastern region, which is the Biafran people. So please, let us listen to this video together. And at the end of the video, we are going to take on the comments to know exactly what people think concerning this matter of comparing Biafran agitation movement and that of Yoruba nation movement. There's no comparison. We have even reached at the Rubicon, and there's no going back. So we are keep on moving forward. Now Yoruba, that is why you see they die untimely. Untimely, ultimate death. I beg. Make on a complaint about the comment section. I can't come and keep myself. Yes, because they will be moving like a moving train faster. Before you know it, the way that they will use to quench, you will begin to ask yourself what really happened. But there's no explanation. I beg make a listen to this video. Help me to share this video, like it, comment on it, and make sure you keep subscribing to this channel for more interesting videos coming your way. I'll be right back to continue from where we stopped. Oh yeah, let us go there.
There is an argument that Yoruba nation's approach to agitation is different from that of the Igbo agitation. The way Yorubas go about their own method of agitating for a new nation, that is the Yoruba nation, is totally different from the way Igbos do theirs. Now, this has come as a result of the fact that Sunday Igboho was bashed. So many attacks on Sunday Igboho as the United Kingdom rejects petition letter redirecting Yoruba nation leaders to the legislative in Nigeria. Before we go on, let's read this comment from Peter Taiwo. I think he's a Yoruba man. He says, the Yorubas demonstrate a deeper political insight compared to their Igbo counterparts, knowing precisely when to initiate action and how to position themselves to achieve their goals. For example, Tinubu has been strategically working towards the presidency since he completed his tenure as governor of Lagos. His presidency today is a result of long-term planning and determination. So my viewers, I want to ask, do you get set? Agree with what Peter Taiwo has said? He said that the Yorubas, they demonstrate a deeper political insight compared to their Igbo brothers or counterparts. Say they know precisely when to initiate an action and how to position themselves to achieve their goals. He used Tinubu as an example. Say Tinubu strategically worked to become a president of Nigeria since he finished his tenure as governor of Lagos State. And look at how he has achieved his aim today. So I think this is a defense of how people looked at Sunday Igboho and how he presented that petition. Let's understand. We understand that we are different. Yes. We have different ideologies. We have different culture. but we are still in the south. And when it comes to agitation, Biafra agitators has been seen to be one of the best agitation in the world, not Yoruba nation agitation. Yoruba nation agitation is not as intense as it was when Buhari was president. Now it is a Tinubu that is in presidency now. Everybody is trying to become so mild. I remembered when Sunday Igboho was going haywire during Buhari's administration because of the actions of the Fulani. If you look at IPOB started the agitation peacefully, a wide-scale agitation that was peaceful. Nobody were carrying guns, there were no ESN, nobody had to attack anybody. They came peacefully demanding, looking for how they can dialogue with the government in power. At the end of the day, the next stage was that they couldn't achieve peaceful resolution with the Nigerian government because the Nigerian government didn't want to listen and didn't want anything to do with anything Biafra. They were not even concerned because of the Fulani cabal that was holding Nigeria bound at that point in time, where over 100 people were killed, over 100, and various killings continued because some people did peaceful agitation, which is what the Yoruba nation they are doing today. They are having a strategic move. And I believe one of the things they are doing is that they are positioning the Southwest for a possible breakout from Nigeria. And when we talk about Southwest, we are looking at Lagos. Because I believe Southwest to a Yoruba man is not Oyo State, it's not Ogun State, it's not Ekiti State, it's not Ondo State, it is Lagos. Because everything that the Yoruba nation or the Yoruba people brag with is Lagos. So Lagos is positioned closer to the sea, well positioned. When the Yorubas have their country, they will claim Lagos, and it will be a place whereby they will draft their prosperity from. So I believe the Yorubas think that having to fight for agitation would be that you take some steps, some approaches, even though they are wrong, and you get to a point whereby you are disgraced. Can't you see how the United Kingdom responded to the Yoruba nation and looked at the characters involved coming to submit that letter? I love Sunday Igboho. He's a brave guy. He's somebody that, in the absence of people that were being hypocritical, they didn't want to come out to say, I'm going to stand for the cause of the Yoruba people. Sunday Igboho, despite that fact, came out and stood. But you don't compare the IGBOS, the agitation with that of the Yorubas. I understand Yoruba nature, they are political, they lobby, and they take their time to do some things, which is different from the Igbo man. Let's look at business. When it comes to business, would you apply the same logic? An Igbo man seems to be more successful in business than any other tribe. So apply that logic. Apply that logic. If you are trying to tell us that we don't know how to do agitation, the Yorubas know how to do agitation, and using Tinubu as an example, Tinubu waited, somebody that lost an election, somebody that rigged an election. You see, one of the reasons why Nigeria will still become how it is today is because some people, the way they play politics, the way they do their things, the way they do their political science, the way they run their society, will never amount to anything. This is an example. Look at how the North and the South have been running Nigeria since independence. How far? With the whole, we can do this, we do this differently. How far? How is it that Nigeria is still where it is today, with the ingenuity of the Yoruba man or the Hausa man or the Fulani that have been at the corridors of power, that understand politics, that can do leadership? How far? When you tell somebody Yoruba land, they tell you Lagos. Why is it that Tinubu and his cronies, those that built Lagos, cannot extend the development to other states in the Southwest? You want to come and build Nigeria, but you have not been able to build the Southwest. You see, the ideology that we believe in this part of the world does not work for development. If you are running an agitation You don't go that low because you are seeking for whatever. You don't go that low. At the end of the day, if you are going to lobby the United Nations, you already know the stand of the British United Kingdom on Nigeria. Well, they told you that they are not interested in the division of Nigeria. They are all interested in their international relations with Nigeria as a united country. We are not saying that Igboho did not do his best, but we are saying that that best should not have come in that manner. That way, it looks like a kind of disgrace. And I also applaud the Yoruba nation and the support they have given their child. You see, the Yorubas might not come out openly to support you, but any of these moves these guys are making, they are having a backing of one Yoruba leader or the other. Can I say that the same for the Biafra agitations? The Biafra agitators, who do you have as backing you as elders, notable elders in Igbo land? Instead, you find that it is the same politicians, the same elders, the same governors that are fighting against the emancipation of the Southeasterner, of the Igbo man. The declaration, the agitation, the Biafran agitation, the Igbos are the ones that are even at the forefront of making sure that this does not come to pass. I'm not trying to make comparisons now, but I'm trying to drive home a point. And that point is that agitation in the 21st century has changed. You don't come and start dialoguing with somebody. You take it. You see the philosophy of a Tinubu. Now, one of his philosophies is just snatch, grab, and run away with it. Although, according to you, he waited for the right time to snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. No, we don't run that kind of system in Igbo land. We look for honesty, integrity, and equity. That's why a P2P resonates with a lot of young people in Igbo land. Most leaders in Igbo land do not pass any kind of test, integrity test with Igbos. Call any leader in Igbo land. Let's talk about Alex Oti. But some people are using one eye to look at Alex Oti, and they're thinking this guy, at the end of the day, it might disappoint the Igbos. We run our political, that's why we run a Republican system of government. We are Republican in nature. It seems like the Igbo does not have a leader, but they have something that becomes their standard in their society. This person must be equal to a certain tax, and everybody is conscious about that. If an Igbo man wants to agitate, he goes through all the processes. What the Yoruba nation is going through now, the Igbos have gone through the processes. We have informed the United Nations, we have informed Israel, we have informed the US, we have informed the UK government, but not in that kind of, that style that Igbo was trying to. I know the message has been passed to the United Kingdom, but that style does not resonate with freedom fighters. You don't go straight to the den of your enemies and try to do an official thing. It might work for you as a society. That is why you people have been running Nigeria with your style of leadership. Your leadership has been failing Nigeria over and over again. Look at the Tinubu now. He's now the president. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Look at indices. Look at inflation. Look at the economy. Look at dollar. Appointed, Yorubalize the whole system. Yorubas everywhere. Custom Yoruba, DSS Yoruba, police Yoruba, everywhere. He had to put the Yorubas in those systems. Now, what is the end point of everything? What is the use? Within how many years? The things are getting worse. These guys are becoming confused. The Minister of Power made a statement and he said that Nigerians are no more complaining about fuel scarcity because of there is light. And I looked at this man, I looked at his reasoning, I understood that some of these guys, they are looking for a kind of gratification that is nowhere to be found. A kind of like, yes, we praise this guy for doing this, it is nowhere to be found. You cannot tell me that because there is light, that's why Nigerians are not complaining about fuel. Nigerians have adjustive mechanism. They can adjust to any situation. That's why you see Nigerians are the way they are. If fuel gets to 2000s, Nigeria will, especially Southerners, they are emotional. After the emotional rantings here and there, they will adjust to the status quo. For the fact that Nigerians are not complaining that there is the price of fuel is high does not mean that electricity has made Nigeria stop complaining. No. Has electricity stopped the price of goods and services? Has electricity reduced the price of products that are done by these industries? How many industries in Nigeria that produce what we eat and drink, how many of them can rely on electricity, Nigerian electricity? Can Adelabu, or whatever his name is, can he beat his chest and tell us that now a company like Coca-Cola, a company like Guinness can stop using diesel and start using light? Because it all boils down to the fact that electricity is high. You are the ones paying for whatever measures that has been put to increase megawatts. Usually it was low, so the extra money that is being charged on electricity is being gathered to fix whatever they are fixing. There's a budget. The monies they steal, they use you, they tax you and I to make sure that they work on whatever they are working on, which at the end of the day you see collapsing here, collapsing there. So the kind of leadership that the Yoruba nation is bringing to the table is what we have seen over the years, and it has not worked, and it's not working. It is further putting Nigeria into the grave. We have good people, we have Yoruba people that are very good at leadership, but the system, the primitive nature of the system, the Yoruba political system, would not allow these people. At this point in time, during the Awolowo years, he had issues with Akintola. One of the reasons why we even it emanated from the action group, instability here and there, crisis, Operation Wet here, all those chaos led to the young officers coming out to say, okay, we put an end to all of this. So it is the political system, the Yoruba political system has never worked because Akintola disagreed with Awolowo. He had so many enemies, which at the end of the day, becoming the premier of the Western region, his own system worked and did a lot of things. But now, this current Yoruba political system is not working and it's not bringing anything to the table. You can brag. The Lagos State governor said they have 15 more schools they are going to, commission in various parts of Lagos. The blue rail, the green rail, all these are projects. Well, we love projects. Yes, I give kudos. I've stayed in Lagos, and what you see is much more. The investment in Lagos is massive. The economy in Lagos is massive. He was talking about 2.7 trillion naira for a budget, something that 20 states might not be able to afford because of the population, the people, the massive investment, the infrastructures, federal infrastructures that are in the state, and the concentration that is in Lagos State. That is why you're having all these things. It's not because of somebody had to do one thing, one abracadabra. There was a deliberate move by some certain forces to make Lagos what it is today. It is not because of the Yoruba system of rulership. You are building schools. When it comes to education, the impact, educational impact, Lagos is nowhere to be found. When you go for competitions, Lagos is nowhere to be found. Lagos is nowhere to be found when it comes to competition. What is the quality of education? It's not by building infrastructure. That's what Umahi did in Ebonyi State. He built everywhere, yet the people are impoverished. It does not resonate with the lives of the people. There's no reflection on the lives of the people. You build roads and infrastructures, but you are not building the people. How many teachers are qualified to teach in these schools? It's an eyesore. As a journalist, when some of us decide to go and do investigations in school, they lock us out. They don't allow us to get into the schools to do an investigation because they know that what they are dishing out is, what the kind of education they are dishing out is, even the 19th century, is outdated. And look at Only private schools you find in Lagos, private owned by people, the people in Lagos, not the government, not the political system. Private schools are the ones that are churning out because of the competition, because of the concentration of different people all over Nigeria and all over the world coming to Lagos. This competition is making people build up structures, not the Lagos state government. How many Lagos state government teachers have won awards nationally? That is teachers. I've said it, I'll repeat it again. Allow investigative journalists, or normally let journalists go to schools every week and do a report, and do a genuine report on how these schools are faring and how students are being taught. Is it all these people that are graduating from Nigerian schools that we see on Twitter, on social media, you go on the street, you see them? Are they the ones that Lagos State is educating? I asked somebody, go on the street and do a vox pop. Ask people on the street, 1, 2, 3 persons on the street, the Southwesterner, who went to school in Lagos. I schooled in Lagos. I schooled in Lagos, my primary, secondary, and also I went to Nigerian Institute of Journalism in Lagos. I know what I saw. I know the only place I got good education was private school. I went to private school, private primary school. I got the foundational education I got was in primary school. When you go to government school these days, because someone is bragging that we built 15 schools and this and that, it is not about just the 15 schools. It's a good fit, a good one. With your leadership, help people, help the society, bring up teachers that are grounded, teachers that are skillful, teachers that are good. At the end of the day, nothing to show for it. P2P that they said did not build a single school, but in terms of academics, education, he became one of the best governors. You can see the irony. He did not build a single school, but he became one of the best governors in terms of academic. Go to competition, you see Anambra coming ahead of others because of the investment in the morality, investment in the attitude, investment in the skills of the people, not just investment in buildings, because all these people, they just be building bogus buildings everywhere. At the end of the day, look at Echoke steel plant. With all the schools we have been building over the years, 1960 to now, we don't have engineers that can power plants like that. We don't have engineers that can have groundbreaking technologies or inventions that will be able to handle our aviation, handle we do mostly couple cars in Nigeria, our fabrication, and also handling the Echoke steel plant, independently building refineries. Most of these people that are Nigerians that can do these things got their education abroad. How many times do you hear abroad that are building new schools? They are developing what they have on ground. So coming out to brag and boast that we have new schools and this, you are just playing on intelligence of the people that are educated, that are ignorant, that are illiterate under the system of education you have built. It is those people you can tell those ones to, those you can deceive. Because the education you receive in Nigeria is not education. It's only in private schools, some affiliated schools that you get some of this kind of exclusive education. So Sunday Igboho type of agitation compared to that of the Biafra nation is different. Which is more successful? Which is more successful? Ask yourself that question. Biafra agitation and the Yoruba nation agitation, which is more successful? That's the question that we need to sit down and stop comparing and ask ourselves and answer.
So that is the end of the show. Aya, let us read the comments. Eugene Obi Kwelu said IPOB was very peaceful and always faithful. Yoruba should leave Biafra alone and continue with their own agitation. If you think Biafra do not know what they are doing, leave them alone. IPOB is not a Yoruba problem. Rather, the zoo is your problem. Nkeleokpa Iroha said, really, have the Yorubas Ronu forgotten that Sunday Igboho in around 2021-2022 called for Yoruba politicians to be quiet because they were not supporting the Yoruba nation movement. In fact, Igboho made a statement for Yoruba politicians to be quiet on several other occasions. For Yoruba's news to now start nitpicking is very disingenuous and hypocritical. They turn a blind eye to everything that is happening in the southwest, but are quick to criticize IGBOS or IPOB. The Yoruba Ronus also turn a blind eye to the constant killings in the southwest by the Fulani. Some of them are so veiled and based to heap the blame on Igbos. Can you imagine that? I've never seen a group as two-faced as the so-called Yoruba Ronu. They are the ones peddling all the lies. Yoruba Ronu are driven by an undenying envy, fear, and hatred for the Igbo race. Iwo Uche said, my bros, enjoy listening from you always because your opinions are full of logical reasoning, vision, and realism. I thank God for you. Inyana just said we Igbos do not get the backing we need because we boycotted the elections. We will fight the political system no matter how defiant it is. At Afam he said any what happens at last. Any what happened at last, my dear? I don't understand. Okay, Madubiko said you are doing a nice job, bro. Keep it up. Even the electricity you talked about is not everywhere in the zoo. National grid keep on collapsing and collapsing and collapsing. Sagacity said, but was their demand approved? Was their demand approved? Are the Yorubas ever looking for freedom, or are they clamoring for presidential post? Maybe or maybe not. Sahid said the Yorubas were too clever, well organized, one of earlier humankind. At God's Power John said, then the Yorubas should should mind their own business and leave the Igbos alone. Do your own and leave us alone. That's how you said it, or your own turn, how mark it. Judo Labour said, what beats fighting a civil war and losing millions of souls? We already demonstrated a willpower to be free. The style of Yorubas is a big joke. They are not even serious. Okereke said, tell Mr. Taiwo that you cannot compare orange with coconut. If the Yorubas are subjected to half of what the Igbos are subjected to, their approach will be different. Ask him the result of their strategic planning. Where have we gotten them to? Michael Obab said, nobody cares what UK did about Yoruba Nation agitation. Do you even know what was written in the letter submitted to them? Yoruba Nation is not seeking anything from UK. We are only trying to catch the proverbial thief before the owner himself is called the thief. Well, I know they finish you. And who are you to tell the Yoruba Nation their style is not working? Are you smarter than the think tank working for them? Our detention is based on the philosophy of no violence and no bloodshed, at least for this stage. The problem with most of you is you are trying to use lie to get the fact out of the matter from the horse's mouth. Sorry, you will not get it. Keep beating about the bush. Sahil said the Igbos, you Igbos know nothing about Yoruba and our way of life. Well, we definitely agree with you, my dear. We don't know you people, and we don't even care to know how you people operate. In that regard, we have some reply, which is don't mind the snake. Okay? And another reply says, Sahid said that you are talking crazy son, but know nothing about us, Yoruba. We are an elite human being. What business you are talking about that Igbos are good at criminal businesses? Wow. Criminal businesses. So Tunumbu is what? Tunumbu is okay. Maybe Tunumbu is innocent criminal. Jay, well, I know the finish. Anyone want to open a go take back break you. I beg make on a like, share, comment, and make sure I keep subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Siriman Amandia, and there's a reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, where we always put you the undiluted truth. Oh yeah, now here we go take back break.